Do you want to read more books and do it consistently? I've read every single day for the last 3.5 years, and in this video, I'll share the easy system that helped me do it. I'll show you how to enjoy reading so much that you finish every book you pick up, how to hack your brain so you read even on the days you don't feel like it, and how to become so addicted to reading that you never miss a day. What I'm about to share is so simple, yet so effective that you can use it to build good habits in other areas of your life. There are plenty of reasons to read more. It can help strengthen neural connections, improve your vocabulary, build empathy, and prevent cognitive decline. But what if you're someone who doesn't like to read or struggles to finish a book? If you're someone who doesn't like to read, you need to do this first. When I first tried to start reading again, I googled 10 best books to read. I'd randomly select a book, buy it, and start reading. The more I read, the more I found myself getting bored. My eyes would glaze over the same line again and again, and I would struggle to make sense of what I was reading. Eventually, I'd get bored, put the book down, and never pick it up again. I used to think that picking up a book and reading was good enough. I assumed that the more I read, the more I would learn and the smarter I would become. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Forcing myself to read books on topics I didn't really care about made reading feel like a chore rather than a hobby that I enjoyed and looked forward to. I shifted my approach to think about areas of my life that I wanted to improve and work on. This helped give me direction and clarity on where I wanted to focus my energy. By choosing books on areas that interested me with good reviews, I had a purpose in reading, and I was more likely to finish a book because I was actually enjoying it. Reading should be an enjoyable experience, and the best way to do that is to read books on topics you care about and are genuinely interested in. But what about the days where you don't have the motivation to read? Have you ever tried to build a habit or stick to a New Year's resolution? You start off strong, you stay consistent for a few days, but then you eventually give up. I've definitely done this before, and I guarantee you have as well, and it's probably because you're making this one simple mistake. When I first tried to build a reading habit, my goal was to read a chapter a day. Our motivation is always going to be highest at the start when we're building a new habit, and that's because it's new and exciting. The thing about motivation though is that it fades over time, and there will be days when we're not going to feel as motivated. The problem with reading a chapter a day is that it requires a lot of motivation. So if we've had a tough day and we don't feel quite as motivated, chances are we won't follow through with the habit because it feels too hard. In Atomic Habits, the author James Clear talks about how the easiest way to build a habit is to make it so easy that you can do it in 2 minutes. So I changed my habit from reading a chapter a day to reading just a page a day. This may sound silly because reading a page a day doesn't seem like a lot, but I promise you it works, and here's why. By making the habit easy enough to do in 2 minutes, I made it easy to start because it didn't require a lot of motivation. I found that on most days, once I got started, it was easy to keep reading, and I would often read more than one page. Some days, I couldn't be bothered, and that was okay. I would read my one page and then move on. By sitting down to read every single day, even if it was just one page, I was mastering the art of showing up. I was building a habit, I was building my self-discipline, and most importantly, I was creating an identity as someone who reads. I was creating an identity as someone who shows up, who does what they said they're going to do. And trust me, that is very powerful. Using the 2-minute rule is a great way to do something, even when you don't feel like it. But if you combine it with this next step, you'll be unstoppable. Each day after I finish reading, I jump into an app called Streaks and I mark that habit off. This simple action of tracking the habit works well for a number of different reasons. Every time I tick the habit off as done, I get a little hit of dopamine, which is the feel-good hormone. This reinforces the habit and makes it more likely that I'll repeat it again. The app helps me visually see how consistent I've been, and as I see the streak grow, this positively reinforces the habit and strengthens it over time. I've read every single day for the past 1,325 days, and part of the reason I keep coming back and reading my one page every single day is because I don't want to break that streak. Reading books on topics you care about gives you clarity and direction when reading and makes it more enjoyable. Reading one single page every single day helps you master the art of showing up. Over time, you'll start to create an identity as someone who reads, and that is very powerful. Tracking the habit every single time you read gives you a little burst of dopamine, but more importantly, you can visually see your progress. You can visually see how consistent you've been, and this is going to positively reinforce the habit each day. Over time, all these little things compound to help you build momentum and self-discipline, and this is going to positively spill over into other areas of your life. If you want to build more positive habits in your life, click here.